Hi everyone, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. So glad to join you this week. Is everybody ready for the holidays? Yeah, I'm not quite there. I'm maybe 50% there. I've still got some Christmas cards to do, a couple gifts to buy. The hardest thing though is me coming up with stuff for my family to buy for me. I don't know. Anyway, I'm so glad to be here with you tonight. I have a fun new project to show you tonight. But last time we were together, if you remember, I made this cute split panel card. If you share my video and you comment share down in the comments, your name will be entered in a drawing to win the project that I'm going to work on tonight. So, last time we were together, I made this card, and Annette Kowalski was chosen as the recipient for this card. So Annette, I will get this card out to you in the next day or two. Thank you so much for sharing my video. If you can't share, I understand. Would you give me some hearts? Facebook likes those hearts better than the thumbs up. So I would appreciate the hearts. It helps my video be seen on Facebook by other people. It doesn't cost you anything and it helps me out. So I do appreciate that. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. And once you do, you can click the little blue bell and you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And that's usually on Monday evenings. Okay, so we are just... How many weeks do we have? Let me see. This is the 11th. Christmas Day is 2 weeks from today. So I decided, and I tend to do this with the couple weeks before Christmas, is I'm going to show you a fun gift card holder, okay? So I'm going to switch the view down to my hands and we are going to get started. Okay, so here we go. Look at that. Is that cute? It looks like a present. When you pull it out, looks like a Christmas ornament. That was a rebate card, so don't worry about that. And I got this idea. I was looking for some gift card ideas, ideas, and I found this really old video, but it was essentially an ornament in a package. But I totally redid the dimensions because it was for paper money, for cash. And so it was smaller because you could fold the cash up. I wanted it to be able to hold a gift card, a credit card size gift card. So, and I'm not worried about those numbers. This is long expired. But anyway, so I thought I would share this with you tonight and how I made this. I'm not so much, as you can tell, this designer series paper is from the mini catalog, the one that is retiring here in just a couple of weeks. Come on now, I gotta get this open. So I'm not focusing on that so much, but there are several products I'm using that are from the annual catalog. Oh, and while I talk about the mini catalog that's retiring, I have a box on the table behind me full of brand new product. I haven't even opened the box because I've had so much other stuff to do. Of brand new stuff from the new mini catalog that goes live in January. So I think you're going to be very happy with that catalog, and I hope so. So what I think I'll do is I will go ahead and get started here. So the first thing you have to is you're going to cut out actually what we'll do is we're going to start with the envelope first, okay, the package. Let me pull the gift card holder out again and I'll set that over to the side. We're going to start with this, okay? And this is a piece of designer series paper, and it is, I gotta check my measurements here, 8.5 by 5, okay? And I am going to fold that in half. Let me get my bone folder here because I don't have it out And I am going to need my scissors too, so I'll grab those. So I'm going to crease this. Now the next thing I'm going to do is make this little tab right here. You could use any punch you have. You can use an oval, a circle. You can use dies to cut this. Designer series paper, you can usually cut 2 layers at one time on the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This is, I believe, a retired punch. It's the 1.5 inch punch, but you can also use, I think the 1 3/4 is current. And I just want to mark the center here just for a visual to kind of help me, so I can kind of help. That's one. Just will help me center it a little bit better. Okay. And I'm going to be punching that out anyway. And you probably can't even see it, but I just used my pencil to make some marks. So yes, I'm using the 1.5 inch retired circle punch, but you can certainly use, like I said, dies, ovals would work, circles would work. I would have used our oval punch, but it punches too, it didn't work for this application. So anyway, so let me see, I'm gonna go about halfway up, kind of try to, there we go. Okay. So there we go. There's that. You put that punch on off to the side then. So we're going to open this up, and the next thing we're going to do is put our ribbon on. Now this ribbon is from the, oh wait a minute, which ribbon is this? I don't have it written down. Hold on, let me get it out of my, get it out here. It's out of the annual catalog. It is the Real Red and Garden Green 3/8 inch ribbon combo pack. Oh, I do have it on my list. I just didn't see where I had it written. So it comes with Real Red and Garden Green. So it's a great combo pack. The things I'm concentrating on tonight are things that are still in the annual catalog, because the things in the mini catalog are going fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, and I used a glue dot on that ribbon. I'm going to put it right here. This is going to make it look like a present, okay? And then I am going to put this up here, and I'll just trim this off. Okay. And then I will put another glue dot on here. There, yep, it's on there. But I want to fold it in half here first. Make sure I get a nice snug fit. Yeah, I didn't have too much trouble kind of figuring out the dimensions on this. You kind of, I just kind of worked backwards from my gift card, the size of it. Figured out how big I needed to make my ornament, and then that dictated how big this needed to be. So, you can kind of go that way. And before I go any further, what I think I'm going to do, which side do I like better for them? It's pretty even, actually. That worked out pretty good. I think I'll use that one. So what I'm going to do down the sides is I'm going to use tear and tape. I could use the green Tombow glue, but I don't want that to get sticky on the inside and have my ornament get stuck in there if I tend to get if I get a little messy with it. And this does a nice even piece of adhesive. Okay, very sticky. I like to burnish it down with my bone folder. Okay, so I want to make sure now, am I in the right? I think that I can go ahead and seal this up, and then I can do the ribbon around the other way. So let's pull this backing off of here. go. Okay. So now I'm going to take this ribbon again. I'm going to use a glue dot. I'm going to start it right under this, okay? Right like that. I'm going to wrap this around. And measure this, and then I will tack it down right under that piece of ribbon. And I had intended to tie my bow beforehand, but I forgot to do it, so I guess you're going to watch me do my bow. Okay, it's a little off, but that's okay. The bow will be covering it up. So far we have our envelope and we have our ribbon there, so it looks like a package. So now I'm going to take my ribbon and make a bow. Now this is how I make, I call it the bunny ears. So really I'm just making 2 loops, and it gets easier the more you do it. So practice, get some, good ribbon, good piece of ribbon. A good length of ribbon is what I should say. This is 3/8 inch. It's probably a good width to work with. So then all I'm going to literally do is tie these together. Okay? Just as if they were a single. Oh, come on, here we go. That wasn't very graceful, but you saw what I meant. Okay, or you saw what I did, I think. And then I just kind of work with the bow until I get what I want. I always make better bows when I'm not on camera. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. I'm going to trim this off here. I'll trim this one off here. And that's why I like to leave it attached to the spool while I'm tying it, because then I don't waste very much ribbon at all. Let me see. I think that'll work. Okay, and we are going to put this on here. If you don't like it, you start over and tie another one till you get it right. That's the great thing about this ribbon, is it doesn't make any difference. Okay, I'm going to set this off. Actually, I'll move mine out, and the one I just made I'll put right there. My bow's a little wonky, and you know what? If something's sticking up and you don't like it, put a glue dot underneath it. Okay, so now we're going to start on this. There we go. I froze for a minute. Okay, so now I'm taking, what I would normally say is cut 2 of these out of your cardstock, and I used the 1, 2, 3. I think it was this the 5th smallest deckled circle. Okay, these are the deckled circles, and that it is 4 1/4 inches. It's just a little smaller than that. Okay, and I would say cut 2 of them out, but of the cardstock and 1 of the designer series paper. I didn't have enough to make a full circle of the designer series paper, so I cut this together at the same time, same shape, and I'm gonna trim this down. Okay, so I know that this circle is about 4 1/4. How big was my little pocket here? You know, some of this stuff when you're doing your prototypes, sometimes that's about 2 1/4. Okay, so I want this about 2 1/4. But you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to attach this together because I want these to match. Where's my, sorry guys, I'm kind of all over the place tonight. And I'll tell you, we're using all sorts of, I've already used 3 types of adhesive, We've still got one more coming. Okay, so I want to put this on here so this matches. So yeah, I didn't even have enough of this piece of designer series paper to cut a full circle, but that's okay because I'm going to be cutting it right here anyway. You'll see what I mean. So I can make this about 2 1/4 inches. 2. I mean, I can always cut more off if it's not. Let's see if this is going to work here on this. I'm going to go just a little bit larger, and then if I want to cut it down a little more, I can. We'll make sure this is straight. Sorry, guys. Okay, if this is 3 1/2, let's say I want it 2 1/2, so it means I'm going to cut 1 off. I'm going to do it this way. This way's easier. I know I get it straight. There we go. Perfect. Yep, there I go. I just had to think that through how I wanted to cut that. Because I'll be honest, when I made my prototype, I just cut this piece. I had a big circle, I cut it in half, and then this designer series paper was an afterthought. So now you know these deckled circles have little jagged edges around them. It doesn't really make any difference if it matches up with your big circle, okay? So let me get my Tombow liquid glue here, and we are gonna hope I don't get a bunch of big globs. Okay, I'm gonna do a nice bead all the way around. And now I'm not putting any more glue on it. I'm just kind of using the tip to smear it around a little bit off to the edge. So I don't want it to go any further on the inside because that's where my gift card is going to be in there. Okay. So let me see. Yep. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to pick this up. And if you're thinking, well, why didn't she put the glue on the big one? It's because it would have been my luck. I would put glue too far up. So if I put it on this half circle, then I know it's the right size. Okay, then I mean that I didn't put too much glue on. Before I put anything there, I want to make sure that's good and dry, and it is. Now you could put a little something on the back that says to and from if you wanted to. Now we are going to make the top of our ornament, and this tells you how old the video was. It was a remember the punch Stampin' Up! Had? It's very popular now. It's the tab punch. They use that for the top of their ornament. But after looking through my stash, I figured out that the Handmade Tag punch works just as well. So, show you what I did. This is a piece of our Distress Gold 12 by 12 specialty paper, just a little strip, and that's all that I need. So if you can see, I put this punch in here, and I'm lining the bottom of it up with those two corners, so I know I get a nice, straight, even punch. And look at that. Doesn't that look like the top of an ornament? Okay, and I need 2 of those because I've put one on the back also, just to give it a little extra strength. And I'll show you here as soon as I cut this. So there we go. There's our 2 punches, or 2 ornament toppers. I thought that worked out pretty well. What do you know? Go figure. Yeah, so see, I put it on the back too, just to kind of finish it off. Gives it a little extra strength too, because they will be pulling on it. So what I wanted to do first, see, I want to center it at the top. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the Tombow right along here. I'm just kind of moving it around with the tip. I'm not putting any more glue on. I just like to move it around so it's not all knuckle up. Okay. I think the hardest part's just getting it centered. And the nice thing about the Tombow glue is you can move this around for a few seconds. Okay, there we go. I like that placement. Oops, I got a little bit of glue there. If you move fast, you can get it off. Okay, so you see I'm going to flip this over now, and I'm going to match that up right there. Same way. But I thought that punch worked well to make this tag topper. Or not tag topper, ornament top. So sometimes you just have to look at the supplies you have and look at things in a different way. Whoops, I moved it. See what I mean? It moves. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. Let's see. Yeah, from the front it looks... There we go. I got just a little bit of... Oh, that's glue. Okay, so I want that to dry for just a second. So then I'm going to let that dry for a second. I'm going to punch a hole through, and I am going to use some of the Simply Elegant trim. I think it might not be available right now, but it'll be back. You know, it's part of the annual catalog. So this was just a loose piece I had. You know, you get those loose pieces that go around in your drawer. I don't know, I'm just going to cut it in half. I only need half of it. So, I just used a really small hole punch. I don't know if this is 1/8 of an inch or what. It's much smaller than your traditional hole punch, like for school and stuff like that. Let's see if I can even figure out. Let's see, that's 1/4. Yeah, I think it's probably 1/8 of an inch. So I don't even know. That's a Fiskars. So okay. So then I'm going to string this through here and just tie the ends off. And that is really all there is to this cute little ornament style gift card holder. So I'll put this in this is the one I made. I just want to make sure the glue is good and dry. And it should be by now. But look at that, how nicely that sits in there. We'll put this in here. Come on. There we go. Oh, come on. And there you are. You can pull it up a little bit more if you wanted to, whatever you want. So there you go, a new way to do your another gift card holder. So I hope you like this. Please share my video, comment, shared, and I might be sending this out to you next week. But you know, for those last minute gifts you have to make, this is a perfect way to present it. They'll go, how clever was that? So, thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I will see you next Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Stamping with Denise. Bye now.